Hello, welcome to this week's episode of The Effects Loop. I am your host, Byrne. On this week's episode, we've got the conclusion of part 1, which was last week's episode, about a Guitar Center unboxing fail is what I was calling it. Alright, so I got a little bit of information here I want to add to this video. Something actually happened which was kind of interesting, okay? After I posted last week's video, I received, literally the day it posted, a couple hours after it posted, I received an email from somebody from Guitar Center corporate, basically. I don't remember the name, and I'm not going to put the name in this just because, I'm not going to out these people. But I received an email regarding the video that I had posted up, and basically what it said is they were very sorry about my experience. They felt bad, they felt, I don't know, maybe they thought somebody could see this video and it would, make things look bad for them, so they wanted to kind of like clear this up as easily as possible. They offered me a $50 gift card, and I got 6 free packs of strings out of the deal because of my issue. Now, thank you very much to that person from Guitar Center that did that. That was really nice of you, and it was nice that somebody took the initiative to do something about it. Because to be really honest with you, I've been to the stores multiple times in this process, and I've talked with the employees, but I haven't really gotten any other than just ordering me a new one. I mean, literally the first guitar that I got, the one where the neck was coming off, they literally just put the thing back on the wall for sale. So it's in the store, it's up back on the wall for sale. And I mean, it's possible the neck isn't coming off and it's just the poly. But when you buy something new or new to you, you don't want it to look like that. You know what I mean? We don't want our new items to look like that when we bring them home. We expect them to look new, for lack of a better description, But anyway, so I was contacted by Guitar Center, and they kind of gave me something to sweeten the pot a little bit. Sweeten the pot a little bit. Back to this. Now, there's no unboxing in this video because I don't have a box, so there's nothing to unbox. In the last video, you saw the case. Even though it was broken, you saw the case. It was the same thing. I'll run some clips of what the inside of the case looks like on this while I'm talking. My case is behind the couch right now. So I went to Guitar Center. Actually, they were supposed to deliver it to my house, but for whatever reason, they put in the address of the store, so I had to drive all the way back up to North Attleboro Guitar Center. And when I got up there, they got my order out of the back. When they came out with this box, I mean, the box was beat to living hell. I mean, it looked like I had no hopes that when the guitar box was open, that what was inside that box was going to be in any good shape at all. But to my surprise, both the case and the guitar were in perfect condition. Aside from a little bit of oxidation, because obviously had been sitting in a box in a warehouse for a while, which I was able to clean off. I cleaned the frets. But here's what I have to say about that. Most everyday average people that buy a guitar, that don't have any type of luthier skills, they don't know how to set up a guitar, they don't know what to do, they're going to take this thing out of the box, and it's going to be rusted. And it wasn't really rust, it was oxidization. But it's gonna feel grimy to them. I mean, the strings were so dead. I mean, I know you change the strings, but some people don't know about that. Some people buy stuff and they don't know what to deal with that. So I feel like it's the guitar store's warehouse and the store employees, it's their responsibility to keep those guitars looking and playing decent, so that way if somebody goes in there and grabs something off the shelf to play it, they're gonna want to buy it and they're gonna want to take it home. I can go to a handful of local guitar dealers, okay? I'm not gonna name names, but there are small places that I can go to that sell guitars. And actually, you know what? I am gonna name names because I can go to Ray Mullins in Swansea, Massachusetts, which is a great store. Okay, I've gone there many times. They sell a lot of PRSs. I've bought stuff from them in the past, though. I can take a guitar off that wall and play it, and the guitar that's hanging on that wall is in perfect condition. It's in most of the time in tune. It's set up pretty well. Like, I mean, they must do some sort of setup on the guitars on the wall. They're a smaller store, so they can focus more on their instruments, but it's not covered in grime and dust, and it doesn't feel like it's been hanging on the wall of a 200-year-old basement. You know what I mean? Major retailers, I mean, a place like Sweetwater, they at least inspect the stuff before they send it out to you, and they send you pictures, so you know exactly what you're getting when you do that. Now, I'm not purposely trying to disparage Guitar Center because I do a lot of shopping there and I like Guitar Center, okay? And it seems like they're trying to up their game. Their game needs a lot more upping. Let's just put it that way. Like, these stores, not the flagship stores. The flagship stores are great. I'm in Braintree in my area is not a flagship store, but that store was awesome. North Attleboro is upping its game a little bit. They're actually getting better at what they do, and it's nicer looking in there. Warwick used to be a really good store. I used to go to Warwick all the time. Warwick's okay. It's not bad. It's average, but I mean, you really got to focus on these smaller guitar centers. And I mean, I'm getting all this stuff out in the video right now because obviously my video was watched by somebody from Guitar Center because they responded to me. So I feel like I want to get all this stuff out there so that way if somebody from Guitar Center watches this video, that, I don't know, maybe some of what I'm saying will actually sink into somebody's head and they'll try to do something about it. I really feel like they need to deal with the smaller stores and make sure that the merchandise that they're selling is being taken care of, is not falling apart, hanging on a wall. You know, maybe before the guitars get put up on the wall, give them a little bit of a setup. You have a tech that works in the store. Granted, that tech is busy doing other things. Maybe you hire another tech. You have more than one tech working in the store. You have one that works on setups for the stuff that gets put out, one that works on, you know, customer setups. Just a little bit of tweaking. You don't have to set the thing up perfect, but, you know, make sure the frets don't feel awful. Make sure the strings that are on it are not horrendous. Change them every once in a while if you feel like you have to. But the problem is there's so many guitars on the wall in these big guitar stores that I don't think they can do that. I just don't think it's possible without more employees, and they're always cutting employees, so I really don't see that happening. I mean, I gotta be completely honest with you. If I had $3,000 or $4,000 to spend, which I don't, I wouldn't buy a Gibson or a Fender from Guitar Center. Because of the experience I've had with the lesser models, with the stuff, you know, $1,000 or less, you know, say $1,500 or less, I would be really paranoid about what I would get if I ordered a $3,000 or $4,000 guitar from Guitar Center. There's no guarantee that thing's going to show up without problems. I mean, I don't know what their warehouse is like or how things are being kept at the warehouse, but I feel like that's something that needs to be looked into. Because 3 guitars from the same line, the EPIPHONE SLASH J-45. 3 guitars from that line. And yeah, every single one had issues, including the new one that I got. But the issues on the new one were enough where I could deal with them on my own. Okay. Now I want to preface this by stating this is not straight out of the box. I have tuned this guitar, I have set it up, I cleaned up the fingerboard a little bit because there was oxidation on the frets, there was oxidation on the tuners. The tuners still are a little bit sloppy because I had the 2 prior EPIPHONE slash J-45s, the ones that had the problems, had better tuners. The tuners were rock solid. These are a little slippy, but I have written to Gibson customer service because Gibson customer service is actually really responsive and really good, and they've almost always helped me out. They've sent me free tuners for a guitar that was damaged, that had damaged tuners, brand new tuners. So I wrote to them about the tuners. My strap button on the side over here, it's got a little bit of oxidization on it. It would be nice if it was shiny. So I asked them if I could get a new strap button, and the Slash truss rod cover has some scuff marks on it that it doesn't look like a brand new guitar to me. Like, that didn't look new to me. These are minor quibbles, okay? Nothing. The only real issue that I've had with this guitar since I got it is the high E string slot was cut a little weird. You can hear, if I hit it hard enough, you can hear a little bit of a sitar sound to it. Actually, if I string it with 12s, because I ended up stringing it with 12s, and I actually did file down the nut. This is actually not the bridge that was in it. This was a spare bridge that I had lying around, but it's a bone bridge. It's a compensated bone bridge. Pretty much the same. The Slash one was compensated on the G string, but this is just normally compensated, and I've not noticed any issues with the tuning or anything like that. Other than that, everything else seems fine. Everything else seems okay with the guitar. I actually brought the guitar to a local luthier who took a look at it for me, and he said everything looked good. There is a little bit of it's not a belly, it's actually the arch of the bracing underneath, and it hasn't changed, it hasn't gotten worse, it stayed the same, and when you take the strings off it, it kind of sinks back down. So from what I've heard, that's literally just the top moving, and there's nothing to be concerned there. But otherwise, everything's pretty good. If I had originally strung this with lighter gauge strings, I had gone to 11s instead of 12s, and I was getting like this sitar-like ping out of the high E. So, you know, tried to fix it a little bit. Actually, that local luthier, he tried to fix it a little bit. He fixed it a tiny bit. It didn't really make a big difference. But, so when I came home, I just grabbed my other bridge, adjusted the action, and put 12s on it instead. And the 12s seem to help. It's good enough for me for right now. Like if I play a chord, it rings out true. I'm not getting like crazy. If I'm being horribly picky about it, there is a little bit of choke to the high E string still, which can probably be fixed. Unfortunately, though, there is not much. There's a tiny bit of space left. There could probably be a little bit of work done on that high E string. But right now, it's fine. I don't really have an issue with it, so I'm not going to make an issue out of it. But I'm not going to plug the guitar in this video. I am going to do a full, like, demo on it where I, you know, take pictures and show it off and stuff. Like I do these like Let's Talk Guitar videos. I'll probably do one on this guitar as well. Right now, the current state Guitar Center is in, would I order another guitar from Guitar Center? Sight unseen. Without actually trying it out in the store, picking it up and looking at it myself, I'm not sure. I don't know. It would really depend on the situation. I mean, my wife actually says I shouldn't, but I'm willing to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I'm willing for, to give it another chance, so to speak. But anyway, yeah. If you like this kind of content, like, subscribe. There's a lot of people watching my videos that aren't subscribed, and I could really use the numbers. I'm right on the line of 1,000 subscribers, and I'm about to make this channel legit. So, I mean, it's legit anyway, but I'm working on that right now. So anyway, you like this stuff, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what your thoughts are, and yeah. There'll be another video coming. I do one SFX loop video a month. That might be the next one. It might be the one after that. I have to check into that. It's probably going to be the next video. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure it out. But it's usually around the middle of the month. I do that one, and that's about movies and media and that kind of stuff. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a bit of a journey. At least it ended positively. And yeah. I'm Jay Byrne. This has been the Effects Loop, and I will see you next time.